Hi there, this is Maher Haddad. In this first lecture, I'm going to speak about the FortiGate. What is the FortiGate and what the features they have and what are the components of the FortiGate. So it's going to be like only a theoretical part. And then after that, I'm going to start building labs to show you how you can configure the FortiGate device. So let's go directly and start with the explanation. So the first question that may come to your mind when working with FortiGates is, what is FortiGate? So this is a device for FortiGate that I'm showing you here, which is FortiGate 60F. So it's an appliance device. And this device has a lot of features which I'm going to explore them in this lecture. So it's a networking device in case you come from Cisco environments, so similar like Cisco devices or like MikroTik devices or Juniper devices. But they have a lot of features that you can benefit if you are using the FortiGate. So FortiGate is a next generation firewall, NGFW. So next generation firewall, which is different than the normal firewall, is that in the normal firewall, it used to be checking up to the layer, I think 4, and then it is making some stateful firewall, meaning it keeps records about the connections that are open and check up to the layer 4, while on the next generation firewall it goes from layer 5 to 7 as well. That means that it can check the applications. It has something we call it deep packet inspection, means it will check every packet and knows what type of packet is that. So if someone, for example, using some torrent files or something like that, you can block them. So it goes to the layer 7, and that's what the next generation firewalls are. So FortiGate is a next generation firewall. So what is the main function of the FortiGate? Securing your network. So it's a firewall, means it has to secure the network. Real-time defense. So in the real time, it can take a decision to make some security on your devices and great user experience, meaning that even though that we are doing a lot of security using the FortiGate, but the users are still able to work and have very good experience in the networking resources that they are using. Now, if we look about the components of the FortiGate, we can see we have first the FortiGuard subscription services. What is that? You'll see later that every time when you have a FortiGate device, you need to buy licenses to be able to open some features, like, for example, for the antivirus, for the IPS, for all those, you need to buy the license to be able to open those features. And this license needs to be renewed on a yearly basis. So the FortiGuard subscription service is responsible for these subscriptions for to be able to renew the licenses. You have security features such as the antivirus, the web filter, the IPS. So those are the security features that are available on the FortiGate. We are going to check them and we're going to do labs for every one of them. So the antivirus, the web filter, the intrusion prevention system, and much more than that. We are going to check that inside the labs in this course. Then we have the FortiOS, which is the operating system. So if you come from Cisco, for example, environment, then you know that you have the Cisco iOS, which is the operating system for Cisco. MikroTik, you have RouterOS, and every device has an operating system which allows us as a human being to interact with the device, with the end device. Without this operating system, we cannot give orders for the device what she should do. So FortiGate, they have the FortiOS. And also they have the security processing unit. So the security processing unit is normally responsible to be able to make the security to happen. And then we have the FortiGate, and then we know that FortiGate can be integrated with other Fortinet products, such as FortiMail, FortiClient, and FortiWeb. Now, very important, a lot of people get confused. What is Fortinet and what is FortiGate? Fortinet is the company which owns the devices of FortiGates. So Fortinet is the name of the company, and FortiGate is the appliance, like this one, which I showed you here, FortiGate 60F, is the appliance name. Okay, now what you can do, this FortiGate, you can integrate it with some other products that the Fortinet company provides, something like FortiMail to secure your emails to not be able to get spams, for example, FortiClients, FortiWeb. As well, FortiWeb is to be able to secure the websites where the users are being visiting, so to disallow some websites where the FortiGate thinks that those are scammy websites that no one should visit them. Alright, so those are the components of FortiGate. So now let's look what the hardwares are. So for FortiGate, they have hardware from entry level going to the mid-range level to the high-end level. And also they have possibility to have virtualization using FortiGate VM, virtual machine. So FortiGate VM is similar as this device, but it runs on a virtual machine. So what you can do, you can get the FortiGate VM. Also, you need to get license for that, and then you can run it on a virtual machine to be able to make a FortiGate, similar FortiGate device to do all what we have seen as the components like the antivirus, web filter, IPS, and so forth. Now, if we look about the hardware from the entry to the mid-range going to the high-end level, I have here a website about FortiGate that I wish to show you that. So this is the website from Fortinet Products Next Generation Firewall. You can see they put here, you have the high end there for the data center, you have the mid-range for the campus, and you have the entry range. Normally in this course, I'm going to use one of the entry level branch because those are very expensive, to be honest. But if you look at, for example, for the high end, they put for you here the models that you can see how much they make protection for the threat. You can get the datasheet, and if there are some videos, you can check the videos about those devices. If you want to get more information, you can just go inside this, for example, device, and then you can get much more information about it if you want that. And now this is for the high end. The mid-range for the campus, they show you what are the possibility of hardware that you can get for the mid-range, and for the entry, that is for the entry level. So you can see they have different levels in order for you to decide, okay, I'm going to run a data center, then I will buy something from the data center models or the high-end models. I'm running a mid-range, for example, a network, then we can buy from the mid-range. I'm running entry level, so I buy something from the entry level. And everything is shown over here. You can just download the data sheet, and then you can read what this device can do for you. So these are the appliances that are available. But again, if you wish to use a virtual machine, you can get the FortiGate virtual machine, and then you can run it on a virtual machine, and then you have a FortiGate virtual device that you can use it to be able to do the features that you want. But again, you need, license for this device. Now, let's speak about the features that the FortiGate can do. So as we know, it can do the firewalling. It can also provide you possibility to do VPNs. What is VPN? If you are, for example, a remote user traveling all the way to different countries, visiting many customers, and you want to connect to your main office to be able to access some files or folders or whatever, or to be able to just connect to your network there, and maybe to send some reports to your boss. So all you need to do is just to make a VPN connection, and I'm going to show you in this course about a VPN connection, which is IPsec. So you can use VPN as well to connect to your main office. Other thing that the FortiGate can do is securing your network by scanning as for the antiviruses, the web filter, and so forth. So that's something very nice, that you have a device which is able to capture for you all the viruses or the scammy websites, or so that this all can be done using the device of FortiGate. You can also monitor and have logging. So monitoring what is happening in your network and getting logging, meaning that you get some reports from the FortiGate saying that on this time at this date something happens on your network. So you can get this log, and you have much more things that I can't put everything here now, but just be aware that there are more things that you can do with the FortiGate. Now, finally, because we were speaking about the FortiGate, and we said that the FortiGate, for example, can block using the firewalling, as it is a next generation firewall, can block websites, they can block torrents, they can block audio, they can block videos and whatever. So we know that the internet, there are always new platforms coming, or the current platform, they're changing their port, changing the protocol they use and so forth. So how can FortiGate device maintain the database of all those changes, or if there are some new things happening on the internet? So this happens using the FortiGate security services, and which is powered by FortiGuard Labs. So FortiGuard Labs, here I put it on this paragraph. What they do, let's read it and then I'll explain it. So FortiGuard Labs is the cybersecurity threat intelligence and research division of Fortinet. So it's a department where they do the threat intelligence, the cybersecurity threat intelligence and research divisions. So it's a leading provider of cybersecurity solution. FortiGuard Labs is responsible of identifying, analyzing, and mitigating evolving cyber threats to provide proactivity protection to Fortinet products, services, and customers. So what FortiGuard Labs is, it's just as I said, it's a department, or let's call it an agency or a research division, whatever you want to call it, you can call it. It's a group of people. What they do, they always try to identify if there are some new threats happening, they analyze them, and then if they see that those are threats, then they will update the database of the FortiGate devices using the FortiGate security services. So that is what FortiGuard can do for us, which is a very nice thing that FortiGate can do. So they just collect all those information about problems that can happen or threats that can happen on the internet, or not only on the internet, on any network, because also FortiGate, we will see that it will protect our inside network as well. So they keep evolving the products of Fortinet, which is the company, by providing updates about the databases where they think that they may be having some new updates, and then they will add them, and then the FortiGate will be able to protect us from those threats. So that is all what I wanted to explain in this first lecture, just an introduction about FortiGate, about what is the FortiGate, and what things can do for us. And of course, we have got a global idea about the devices that are available on Fortinet company, the devices for FortiGate devices, and also we know now that there is possibility as well to use the FortiGate virtual machine if we want to run this on a virtual machine. So this is all what I wanted to explain in this first lecture. In the upcoming lecture, we have to start connecting to the FortiGate device. I have one device which I have it here in my office. I'm going to connect to it, and I'm going first to show you the dashboard, what you can see on the FortiGate, and then we are going to start working on every feature that is possible on the FortiGate. Of course, we cannot cover everything in one course, but as this course is for beginners, so then we have to take the entry level to show you what we can do on the FortiGate device. So this is all what I wanted to show you in this lecture. I hope it was informative for you, and I'll see you in the upcoming lecture.